Hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're at. I'm on South Carolina, so I'm on Eastern time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I am so excited to talk about our marketing tools and how to kind of maximize that marketing effort that you're already working so hard on. So, we're going to wait a minute, let everyone kind of filter their way in. If you want to drop in the chat or the comments where you're tuning in from, I'm in South Carolina. I see a couple folks tuning in from Florida. We've got some people in Miami Beach, beautiful sunny. I bet it's warm and toasty down there. Tampa Bay, California, Louisiana. Oh my goodness. San Francisco, Durham, North Carolina, my neighbor to the north. How are you doing? Philadelphia, New York City, the Big Apple. Hello, New Mexico, Kevin. I used to live in Albuquerque for years. I lived in Albuquerque, gosh, for 2 or 3 years. I love it out there. It's beautiful. Nice, nice, Rio. Hello from Long Beach. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, everyone. We can go ahead and start diving in now that we're a minute or two past the hour. We're going to talk a little bit about marketing, how you can use that to generate new leads for yourself, to close more deals when you're talking about how you're marketing yourself in social media and printables, things like that. We'll spend a little bit of time in a demo where I'll actually show you how to set up some of these tools. And then we will also have some resources that you can take with you on the go too. I have some really handy QR codes that you can take with you on the go. Christine's calling in from Philly. Go Birds. Kathleen in Ohio. OH. Goodness. All right, let's go ahead and dive into everything. I've got just a few slides that we will use to kind of kick things off. We're all here to learn about that marketing. And I want to talk about, or I want to preface this a little bit and kind of set the tone with everything happening with Zillow and Redfin and NAR and Clear Cooperation. I'm not an expert in any of those compliance pieces. So I don't want to present myself as one. I don't want this to be a conversation about compliance. I don't want to focus on those sides of things. I want to focus on what the heartbeat of your marketing effort is, which is rather than focusing on a specific listing or a specific property, being the solution for your buyers or your sellers. I want to focus this conversation on promoting yourself as the solution to your clients. You are the missing puzzle piece, and that's what all of your marketing should reflect. Why your clients should be working with you, why they should list with you, why they should buy with you, why you are the best agent that they could be connected with right now. So putting all of that aside, really perfect timing this week. I had that conversation just a few days ago about how perfect this timing is with everything going on in the industry. And so I just wanted to address it. I wanted to acknowledge it. That's not what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be focusing on the ways that you can implement Zenlist and eXp access into how you are the solution and how you can convey that message to your buyers and your sellers. So what we're going to be demoing and really focusing on, there's a lot built into the Zenlist app. If you're on Zenlist already, you're probably familiar. There's a ton of technology built into it. But what we're going to be focusing on today is your public profile. And what this is a public profile that's connected to your Zenlist account. It's built in and it's customizable. It's built for real estate agents so that you can share the information with your clients that you need to and market yourself as the agent who can give your clients the solution, whether that's eXp's office exclusives or it's a really robust mobile app that you can take your MLS information with you, whether it is a closed ecosystem so your clients don't have to worry about data collection, whatever that solution is that you want to call attention to, you can put it into your public profile. And why this is so pivotal when we're talking about using Zenlist with your marketing is that it bleeds into all of these different things within your account. When you're working with clients on Zenlist, you have those branding options from your profile that are shown to your clients and has your contact information connected to it so they can quickly get in touch with you. It has a lead generation side of it because if you're using Zenlist, you already know that we're not a public search site. You already know that your clients have to be invited or approved to sign into Zenlist. And so those leads are come to you and you're not paying for those leads. They are your leads because they came from your profile. And then the last part that we're going to talk about, which is really a key part for eXp, are the branded listing pages. So when you're texting a link to a listing to your clients, when you're sharing a listing on social media, your MLS listings on social media, you've got your branding front and center. And it's a really nice experience, has all of the information that you need on it, and gives a really nice flow and a beautifully designed page. It's going to look like you spent hours designing that page for your sellers and all you did was copy a link. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. There's tons of other resources that I'll share with you as well. Like I said, I've got some QR codes and things you can take with you if you're curious to learn about some other sides of Zenlist and the different tools we offer. But we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to dive into the public profile. So this is my Zenlist account here. What I've got is that navigation on the left. I've got my clients set up, all these listings and everything that I need. And what we're focusing on today is this branding section. So in that profile, that little person icon, this branding is what we're going to be spending all of our time in. There are those three parts that I mentioned earlier. So you've got those listing pages, your public profile, and that in-app profile that's shown to your clients that are working with you on Zenlist, right? Easy peasy. Let's start with that in-app profile because this is the easiest one to set up. All it is your headshot and your contact information. It's shared with agents that are looking at your listings, and it's shared with your clients that are connected with you so that they don't have to go digging to find your contact details, which is, I think, more of a problem than we realize, right? And so rather than having to dig through text messages and emails and searching for that information, it's front and center, really nice and easy peasy for your clients. So all you're going to do is come in here and add your contact details. We'll verify your email address and verify your phone number, and then that's ready to go. This bar here is what will be shown to your clients. So it'll be at the very top of their account. Always, it'll say your agent is Jessie Gilbert. Here's how you email them. Here's how you call them. And so that's why I always recommend adding a headshot to your account. We don't think about it a lot, but it adds just a little bit of familiarity, nice professional touch, a little bit of a polish to your account when you're working with your clients. And I always love it. So add your headshot here, verify your contact information, and that part is ready to go. Easy peasy, right? The next thing we're going to talk about is this public profile, which is the bread and butter of all of the marketing tools in Zenlist. This public profile, again, built into your account. There are a couple of different options. We're going to talk about it, but it's free for you to use, and it's built for real estate. It's built for agents like you who need to share this information with their clients. And what we're looking at here is the setup. We're setting up that we're setting up that public profile. Say that 10 times fast. And what we have here are all of the different sections. I've got a preview here that will show me what those clients are going to see when they click on my profile or click on my link. And this is a really great video that'll walk you through everything we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that because I'm going to cover all those bases. So what I've got here are all of my different sections, and you'll see I can connect things like my Google business reviews or my Zillow reviews. If I've got a great video introducing myself to my clients, talking about why I started in real estate, how we got here, what my priorities are, what I love about my job, you can connect that video through YouTube and have it play on your profile. I've got examples, fear not. I will show you what all of this looks like and how other agents are implementing this profile into all of their marketing efforts. I can connect my listing map. This is going to show all of the listings that I'm currently representing on a map. It'll show me some historical production statistics. And again, that ever important contact information, right? And then as I'm adding those different sections, I can come in and edit those. So my main profile here, I can change my profile photo. I can change what name. If I'm on a team and I want it to say Jessie Gilbert, part of the best team ever, real estate company organization, totally legit, I can have that team name on my display name here. I'll add my little quote text. I'm not a real agent. I'm not a real doctor or an author, but you can add that quote here, that little blurb as to why your clients should be choosing to work with you. And then also my favorite, it's a little hidden nugget. I highly recommend coming in here because you can change what the button says. Now, what this button does is when someone clicks on that public profile, rather than having to proactively send an invitation to your clients, they can actually request access to Zenlist. So it reverses the whole process. So if I take this public profile and I share it on my social media and I send it in an email campaign, maybe I have some printables, some flyers that I'm going to be mailing out, some postcards, if you will. I can have this public profile connected there, list out all the reasons why those clients should be working with me, and then they will request access. And what this does is it allows me to approve who is connected with me in Zenlist. And it'll also give me a good indicator if you're sending this to a lot of people who is serious about getting some technology like this. If you've got a list of contacts a mile long, send your Zen link to all of them. And the ones that request access, are a little bit more intrigued or a little bit more interested in working with you again, or getting a little bit more serious if they were a little bit of a colder lead when you added them to your contact list. That's going to notify you who is serious about joining you, who is a little bit more interested and can help you prioritize which leads or which clients you're connecting with. You can connect those social accounts, update your bio, write all the fun facts, and write that story, like I said, about how you started, why you love your job, why we're here, and most importantly, why you are the solution for those clients. You can add external links as well. This can link to buyer's guides or your agent website. It can link to resources you want to share with your clients. Again, I've got examples. We're going to talk about it, but you can link to third external websites and have that information laid out for your clients or for agents that you're sharing this with. Whoever is going to have access to it, you can have all of that in one place. If you're familiar with Linktree, and I'm sure some of you here on this webinar have used Linktree or are currently using Linktree, this is the same idea. The difference is that Linktree wasn't built for real estate. It wasn't built for agents like you, and the Zenlink was. We interviewed agents that were using it, paying for services like this, and asked them what we could do to really cater it and fine-tune those details and fine-tune that experience so that you can have the tools and the information and that link in bio that you need when it comes to those marketing efforts. Once you've set up all of your different sections and you've customized your profile, you feel good to go. In the very top right corner, you have a couple options. So this share link button is going to copy your URL to your clipboard. And then I can go and I can paste it into whatever application I'm using. So this is the one that I have set up right now. So this is what those clients will see when they look at it from a computer. And then I've also got that mobile preview as well. You'll notice just beside that, you've got a QR code. And this will generate a QR code for you that you can put into those printables. I've seen them put on business cards and bumper stickers. You can use this anywhere. And it can be a good replacement for any virtual business cards that you may have, and allows you to have all of those different links or all of those different information sections in a QR code that you can take with you. Great for open houses. I've listed out all of my different ideas on how I think we can really start to implement this and how we can have some use cases. So before we talk about the listing pages, I want to show you some examples of other profiles from agents that are using this in their day-to-day. So Rob Edwards here, he's a good friend of mine. He's an eXp agent out in California. He's wonderful, wonderful company. If you're not familiar with him, shoot him a message, say hello. He's been a longtime supporter of Zenlist, and this is his profile. So I've got all of those socials, right? He's got a listing linked here. So that's using that link URL that we mentioned. He's got his calendar linked, his contact information, and then some additional resources. Now, I know one thing that Rob really loves about this public profile, because he's told me more than once, is that he doesn't have to have his production or his listing map on his public profile if he doesn't want to. And that can be a major deterrent because there are lots of different brokerages and websites that require this information to be on your public profile. And if you're a brand new agent, not having anything in your production could harm you. It could be a deterrent for some clients. So you are in control here of the information that's shown. And that's just one of the things that I know Rob really loves about this public profile is because he has the driver's seat. He's in control of what information is shared about him in the interwebs, publicly available to the clients that are considering working to him. Now, I mentioned briefly, you can customize this button and that allows clients to request access. When you click on this link, it'll have you create an account. You'll verify your first, last name, and email address, and then all that information is wrapped in a bow and sent to you in your Zenlist account. I'll show you where to find them. But that's what that does. Rather than entering the name, email address into an invitation, it flips the script, and your clients are the ones that are requesting access for your approval. Now, the next one over here, Nick Liebert, he is an agent in Chicago. He was one of our very first adopters. Chicago, if you're not familiar, was our flagship market. We launched there. It was our very first market we started working in, where we really kind of grassroots built Zenlist and the platform that you've come to know and love. And he's got a ton of information on his. So he's got that video here that'll talk about why you should be working with Nick, those different resumes and resources. He's got all of his socials, another video. And then, like I said, look at all of these links. This is that link tree replacement that I mentioned earlier. He probably had, I think Nick actually was one of the agents that helped us beta test this, all of those links in a link tree in his bio on socials. And then there was another link that said request access to Zenlist. But it takes out that middle step because now his clients that are reviewing this information and are like, yeah, you're right, I really should work with this agent, don't have to click another link and open a new tab to get there. It's built into the same app Nick is using to manage all of his client interactions. He's got his statistics here, so you can see what that will look like. Zillow reviews, Google business reviews, and then that's what that listing map will look like as well. Again, he's in Chicago. He's got his bio here, and we can zoom in and interact with this map as well. So lots of control and customization, right? We've seen that Rob and Nick's profiles are both very different, and there's a ton of different agents that are using this in everywhere in between. So you can cater this to meet the needs that you have. Now, one thing we haven't talked about yet is how you can utilize this with your website. I talk to agents every single day who are like, how can I put this on my website? How can I have all of my leads come to my website? How can I integrate this? And Carrie McCormick, she's another of our very, very first users in Chicago, has a beautiful website. She's got this B-roll footage. She looks great. We've got all this information about how Carrie is so good at her job and why you should be working with her. But do you want to know what she did differently? This button here that says start searching, work with Carrie, takes you to her public profile. So all of the leads that hit her website, whether they come from Google ads, Facebook ads, SEO, whatever they come from, wherever they source, they all end up on her public profile and request access. They learn about Carrie, how she can help serve you, how Carrie is the solution for those leads that have landed on her website, and then they request access here. So that's another use case. If you've got a website you've poured time and resources into, I'm not here to tell you to take that away, but you can integrate it. You can add on top and compile the resources that you have available to you. And all this is a hyperlink. It's just a button on her website with a hyperlink. And Carrie's done a great job. Like I said, she's been a big supporter of Zenlist for a very, very long time. And that's another option you can use when you're talking about marketing and integrating Zenlist into the experience your clients and your leads have with you. All right, take you back to Zenlist. We're going to talk about the branding pages. If I could type Zenlist, L-I-S-T. The very last piece that we haven't talked about are these listing pages, these public listing pages. And this is something used every day amongst eXp agents. This is how you text and email and send listings to your clients outside of Zenlist. So, client collaboration is a huge piece of what Zenlist does and the experience that we can help to solve. But these public listing pages are the other side of that when you can't invite a client or you're not ready to invite that client yet. Maybe you have an MLS listing you want to run social media ads around. What do you link it to? How do you display that information? And Zenlist has created these really beautiful pages. Like I said, it'll look like you spent hours coding this page and setting up the resource. I don't even know the language to use when we're talking about setting up web pages because it's not my expertise. But you've got this beautiful listing page that will show all the listing information and it's connected to you. So instead of sharing your public profile, you can share a direct listing. This is a great way to have that listing information and your agent information available at open houses right next to your open house sign-in sheet. It's a great way to text listings to clients that maybe haven't quite committed to you yet, but you're still in communication with. You can continue to share listings with them and add value even before that agency agreement is signed. And you've got two different options. I actually see this question in the chat, and we're going to talk about the different billing options is, do you need Pro to use all of this? And the answer is no. There are features built into the starter plan to help you get started and see and get a feel for what Zenlist can do for you in your marketing efforts. And then there are additional options if you want to dive all in and upgrade it to a Pro account. So when we're talking about the listing pages, this agent branding section here, it's going to pull all of that information from your profile. So your About Me section, your Zillow reviews, all of that information is going to be pulled from your profile and plugged onto this listing page so that you are prominent when your clients are looking at that listing that you shared with them. But there's also a regular listing page that has your contact information here. And again, it has all of the same listing information. You can flip through all the photos, you can see all of the listing details. But if that branding and that presence of you as the agent who has sent that listing to your clients is important to you, it might be worth taking a look at the Pro account. There are discounts for eXp agents. We're going to talk about it. But you've got those two different options and the flexibility to choose which works best for you, right? So you've got the two different listing options in your public public listing pages. And then in your public profile, the different sections that require a Pro account will be labeled clear as day for you. So you can add all of your listing information, your bio, your contact details. You can have all of that connected here, your social accounts, all of that's built into the starter account. Okay. The very last thing that I want to talk about when it comes to different plan options is the ability to turn on a setting to automatically accept all of your leads. And so let's fast forward a few weeks and pretend you integrate this into all of your steps. You say, this is me. I'm going all in. Zenlist is, I'm going to put it on my website. I'm going to put it in my socials. This is the public profile that I'm going to use forevermore. Inside of your account, you can actually turn on in your app defaults. There is a section to automatically accept leads. That's a Pro upgrade, but what it does is if you're getting 10 or 20 or however many leads coming into your Zenlist account each day, depending on the ads that you're running or the SEO you have, depending on how many people are hitting that page, it might be a lot for you to go in and approve each and every client for you. 20 emails a day telling you that clients want to work with you can be overwhelming. And so if this is something that you go all in on and you're seeing a lot of success from, first off, we'd love to hear that story. Please do share. Don't be shy about it. Share your successes with all of us. But you can also turn on that auto accept leads so that as soon as they fill out their information, they're put into their Zenlist account so that they can start searching. You can follow along their activity, see what their criteria is, what they're interacting with, and all of that from there. So that's my rundown in this branding section. If you haven't set any of this up, but you have a Zenlist account, I highly recommend come in here, set up that branding, add your headshot, please add your phone number and your email address so that agents and clients that are searching for you and working with you can get in touch with you. And they have a really nice experience doing it. Pro is not a required option. You've got all of a good bit of this built into your starter plan as well. So I'm going to take you back to my slides, just a little bit of housekeeping. These are, while I was brainstorming all of the different ways that I see agents and eXp agents using this public profile, this is what came to mind. So, using it in your social media when you're posting about the different tools and perks and benefits that your clients have when they're working with you, call out the fact that you can provide them with Zenlist, which has not only all of eXp's exclusive inventory, but also has that local MLS data built into it. And like I said, we don't do the data collection. We're not going to sell them as a lead. So promote that as a tool you can provide to your clients. It can replace that link in bio, your link tree, whatever it is that you have right now. I've seen some people, they just have a Google Doc linked in their link tree and they just have everything written out there. This can provide a better user experience if that's something that you're using now. We talked about how to use it at open houses. It's also a great way to have referrals request access. If I want to refer my agent to a friend, I'm going to reach out to that agent and ask them how can they get in touch. And this public profile can leave not only a really good first impression, but also share with them everything that I want that client or that lead in the referral to know about me. Use those public listings to share listings, text, email, WhatsApp, chat, whatever it is to your clients. Talked about virtual business cards and your websites and printables as well. The very last thing I want to share with you is some QR codes, some resources you can take with you. That first QR code is going to take you to zenlist.com so you can sign up if you haven't already. eXp has a starter plan for all of their agents. No credit card, no trial period, just a benefit you have to being a part of eXp. And there's tons of value built into it. So if you haven't already started with your eXp Access account, what are you waiting for? Just go ahead and get started, sign up for it, see what it's all about. And then I've got 2 different QR codes that take you to different marketing materials. The middle one are built for eXp. They are specific to eXp Access. And then that last one has a lot of other more open-ended, or I don't want to say generic because we spent a lot of time with them and they look really good, but a lot of open-ended marketing materials, Canva templates that you can use and take with you anywhere you are. Canva Pro is a great benefit that eXp has introduced to all of their agents. You can take all of those Canva templates, use your Canva Pro account, and really get started. Customize that, make them bright and shiny and beautiful. So if you have any questions about anything, I know there was some questions and thank you so much. We put that message up. You'll get the recording. We'll have it available in Workplace and StreamYard and all of those different places. My name is Jessie Gilbert. I'm in Workplace. You can find me there. We have a Workplace group that you can connect with me in, share those success stories and ask those questions there as well. And then if you have any other questions, feel free to drop it in the chat now. I'm bumping up on time, so if you need to go, feel free to do so. And thank you again for hanging out with me today. So Mike asked, do you have to have a pro member to have all of the options you're describing? All of the options, yes. But a lot of the options are built into that starter account. And eXp offers discounts on Zenlist Pro Plan to all of their agents. So it's a little bit cheaper for you compared to the average person. And you can cancel anytime, whatever it may be. Mike, if you have any other questions about that, connect with me or our support team. We'd be happy to help. And Jocelyn asks, is there a max amount of clients you can add under the free account? Yes. So under your starter plan, you can have up to 3 client groups at a time. So that means you can have 3 clients working with you and searching with you right now. If one of those clients close on their property and they don't need Zenlist anymore, you can remove them from your account and replace them with someone new. So it's 3, kind of a rolling 3 clients, 3 at any time, if you will, and you've got that flexibility if you need to. Perfect, Nathan. Any perks in Canada? Everything I've shown you is available in Canada. So all of the eXp Access Office exclusive benefits, that client collaboration, that public profile, Zenlist is available to all eXp agents in the US and Canada. So there's nothing broken down or specific based on country. It'll just be depending on how you wanted to implement it. But thank you so much for asking. That's a great question. I get that a lot. Amazing. Lovely, lovely. Well, I think we got everything. I think we got all the questions. So, like I said, I really appreciate everyone hanging out with me today. I hope you learned something. I can't wait to hear what you're going to try out, what you're going to be using, how you're going to start implementing this, definitely find me in Workplace. I can't wait to hear those stories. I'd love to help connect you with additional resources, help troubleshoot any issues you're having. I am your expert on the Zenlist side of things for all eXp agents. So don't be a stranger. Let me know if you need anything from me. We can schedule some calls. We can walk through anything. I am easy to find and happy to chat if there's anything that I can do to help. So thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Jody. I appreciate all of you guys so much. Have a wonderful Thursday, and I will talk to you all very soon. Thank you again.